Dan Heath, Upstream, The Quest to Solve Problems Before They Happen. Dive into the world of upstream thinking with Dan Heath's bestseller, Upstream, The Quest to Solve Problems Before They Happen. This compelling read examines human tendencies, such as problem blindness, avoiding responsibility, and tunneling, under stress, which exacerbate already complex issues. Heath encourages readers to adopt a proactive mindset in order to address the root causes of problems, rather than only reacting to them when they occur. Arm yourself with valuable insights and guidance to understand the power of prevention, the importance of collaborative efforts, and how to navigate the myriad of challenges that one faces when solving problems upstream.
Preventing Crises. Dan Heath's book highlights the importance of prevention over cure when tackling the world's problems. By shedding light on human tendencies, such as problem blindness, avoidance of responsibility, and tunneling under pressure, Heath provides valuable insights into how bad situations can worsen. This pragmatic guide caters not only to leaders and policymakers, but also to individuals seeking to effect change on a personal or organizational level. The Financial Times Book of the Month lauds Heath's work as substantial, while Publishers Weekly describes it as a must-read for those seeking big changes. Moving upstream, identifying the root cause of problems. In Upstream, author Dan Heath emphasizes the importance of identifying the root cause of problems in order to proactively mitigate their effects. Heath argues that downstream responses are simply reactive solutions, while upstream efforts allow for proactive problem solving. However, upstream thinking can be difficult and often requires looking outside of one's own goals and priorities. Problem blindness and conflicting interests can also impede upstream thinking, leading to a cycle of response that deals with issues as they arise rather than addressing the root cause. Heath warns of the dangers of tunneling, which confines individuals to short-term thinking, and notes that many problems reside within systems. To enact change, Heath recommends determining the best approach that offers the most value, rather than simply focusing on saving money. Ultimately, moving upstream requires cohesive action and the ability to anticipate unexpected consequences in complex systems. By zooming out and looking at the bigger picture, Heath argues that individuals can become quiet heroes and proactively address the root causes of problems to prevent downstream crises. Measuring the value of prevention. Heath's book reveals the difficulty in measuring the value of preventive measures, such as clean water and vaccines, since the results are not immediate. Public health receives little funding despite the benefits of prevention. Heath argues downstream interventions are measurable, but upstream interventions often don't reveal their value right away, making planning for speculative future problems a low priority. Heath warns that people may not believe in threats that have been mitigated by preventative systems, such as the COVID-19 vaccine. Agencies and governments often prioritize urgent short-term problems, leading to short-sightedness and favoring downstream interventions. Upstream problem solving. In Upstream, Heath argues that anyone can solve problems by identifying their root causes and tackling them collectively. Rather than getting bogged down by immediate, visible issues, the author urges patience and cooperation for those seeking lasting change. He emphasizes the importance of staying focused, optimistic, and determined in order to make a meaningful impact. Heath's call for upstream thinking. Author Dan Heath, known for his insights into human behavior and institutions, shares his optimistic belief in our ability to recognize flaws in our perceptions. However, Heath recognizes people's unwillingness to change their actions even when they see those flaws. In his book's closing, he urges readers to take responsibility and think ahead to positively impact society. Heath's compelling and intelligent prose may inspire readers to think upstream for the betterment of society.
Dan Heath's Upstream effectively encourages readers to re-evaluate the way they approach problem solving by confronting their problem blindness, tunneling habits, and the tendency to avoid responsibility. Heath highlights the significance of adopting a prevention-based attitude and reminds us of the power of cooperation and determination. By looking at the root causes of problems, Heath opens our eyes to the possibility of a world where downstream intervention is no longer necessary. This engaging read imparts essential wisdom on personal and organizational change, urging all of us to think upstream and contribute to a better, more sustainable society.